Hey guys, this is Christina from Relinquish Yoga and Wellness. I got a practice for you today on stability and ease. You're going to need a couple of yoga props for the practice, so make sure you have a yoga strap. And then you'll also use a couple of yoga blankets as well. So get everything set aside. Get yourself set up in a comfortable seat. And then cast a soft gaze, or if you're comfortable closing your eyes, allow the eyes to close. And begin to direct your awareness internally. First, just noticing the physical body, how you're showing up on the mat today. Anything that you're bringing with you, physically speaking. Then notice the breath. Breath moving in and breath moving out. The interaction of the breath with the body. Notice your mental emotional state. And anything else that you're bringing with you onto the mat. Then come back to the breath, allowing it to be smooth and easy. And then slowly blink your eyes open if they were closed. Take your hands to your shoulders. Move with the breath. Inhale, broaden the chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, draw the elbows together. Inhale, open. Exhale, round, dropping the chin towards your chest. So tiny forward bend, tiny back bend, moving the spine, connecting breath and movement. And release to neutral, pause and take a breath. Then grab a blanket if you need it for the knees. Make your way into a tall kneeling position. Find what feels like neutral in the body. Breathe in, lift the arms, exhale, hinge forward at the hips, taking your hands to your low back and forehead toward the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release down. Moving with the breath in this pattern. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, fold. Connecting to your foundation and moving with ease, allowing the breath to be smooth and easy. Release your arms to the floor, child's pose. Walk your hands to the right, allowing the hips to be heavy back towards the left. Take a breath. And then walking the hands through center to the opposite side. Hips heavy, back to the right. Deep breath. And coming back through center, pause for a beat. And walk your hands back towards your hips. Step your left leg forward. Find a position that feels comfortable in the body, where you feel connected to your foundation, stable. Take your hands to your heart, find the breath. connect with ease. Follow the breath. On an out breath, rotate towards the front leg as you hinge forward. Breathing in, coming back to center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale again, rotate. And then pause and breathe. Smooth, easy breaths. Finding that ease. Go ahead and step back to that tall kneeling position. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, hands to the low back, forehead towards the mat. Just releasing in the shoulders, the hips, the knees. And then releasing the arms forward. Pause and take a breath. Feel the breath in your back body. Walk your hands back, coming to that tall kneeling, and this time stepping your right leg forward. Hands at your heart. Find a position that feels stable, where you can have that sense of being grounded and connected. And then find your breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, rotate towards that front leg, hinging forward at the hip. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, rotate. A couple more times. Noticing how this connection, this stability, allows you to have that ease. Pause and breathe in the rotation. And then coming back, take your hands to your thigh, press yourself up into standing. Move your blanket if you were using one under the knees. And then find a position that feels comfortable in the body. Find your feet, notice where you are in space. Find your breath, neutral alignment. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take your head around so that left ear moves to left shoulder. And back, dropping the chin towards the chest and over to the side. Keeping the breath smooth and easy, come back to neutral. Then gaze over your left shoulder. Come back through the center. Exhale, gaze over your right shoulder. Come back to center, and then circle the wrists a little bit. Get some synovial fluid moving in the joint. Then take your hand to the palm, just getting a gentle stretch on the underside of the arm, and then to the back of the hand. And switch to the other side. And circle the wrists a little bit. Step to the top of your mat. Again, just find a neutral position. Find your breath. Go ahead and step the left leg back to a warrior one stance. Take your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift the arms. Take your right hip back. Exhale, bend the front knee, cactus arms. Open the front body. Inhale, reverse arms up. Take the bend out of the front leg. Exhale, bend the knee, cactus arms. Move in this pattern, keeping your stability and your foundation. That's sthita, we say in Sanskrit. And then finding that sukha, that ease, allowing the sthita to support you in that ease. The next time you're open, pause, breathe. Then release the hands to the front of you and front body with the palms facing up. And then moving with the breath. You're going to hinge forward, take the bend out of your knee, take the arms back, and then reverse. Move with the breath, maintaining that smooth, easy breath, maintaining your connection to your foundation. Then pause, reaching through the fingers, staying connected to the breath, reaching forward through the crown of the head. And then swing the arms up, warrior one. And step to the front of your mat, hands to your heart, breathe in, exhale, sink your hips down, chair. Inhale, lift, take the arms up. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips, coming all the way to the mat. Step the left leg back, then the right leg back. Find plank, find your breath. Then send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, wiggle the hips. And then step forward to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up into a chair. And then making your way into mountain. From here, stepping the right leg back, warrior one. Finding stability in the feet, take your hands to your heart, find your breath. Inhale, lift the arms, take the left hip back. Exhale, bending the left knee, cactus arms. Inhale, reverse, lifting the arms, straightening the front leg. Exhale, open the front body, soften between the shoulder blades. Moving in this pattern. Finding that balance with your sthita, your stability, your groundedness, and then your sukha, your ease, that fluidity, that quality of being light in the body. The next time you're open, go ahead and pause. Easy breaths. And then take your hands out in front of the body, palms up, moving with the breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse, taking the palms up. Exhale, fold, straightening that front leg. Inhale, reverse. So finding a rhythm, finding a range of motion that feels easy, that feels accessible, where you're able to maintain that stability. And not just stability in your foundation, stability in your core, stability in the breath, even with that sense of ease. Then pause next time you fold, reach through the fingers, reach forward through the crown of the head. And lift the arms, warrior one. Then step forward. Inhale here, exhale, sink the hips down. Utkatasana, chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips, coming all the way to the mat. Then stepping back, finding plank. And then downward facing dog, pedaling and wiggling. And stepping forward to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Release your head and neck. Go ahead and come up to chair, Utkatasana. And then inhale up, exhaling to mountain. And finding neutral. Pause and take a breath, check in. Just notice what has shifted, how you're doing. maintaining that sense of ease in the body before we move on. Then coming to the top of your mat, step the left leg back, opening up that right hip, coming into a Warrior Two stance. Find a position that feels good in the hips, neutral. Relax your shoulders, find your breath, and gaze over that right hand. Inhale, lift the arms up, straighten that front leg. Exhale into a triangle, leaning away from that top arm. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinging forward, coming into triangle. Inhale, lift. Exhaling into that Warrior Two. This is the rhythm. Find your breath. Find that connection, both to your foundation, to your core, allowing the breath to be smooth and easy, and staying in a range of motion that is free of discomfort. The next time that you move through, pause and Warrior Two. Go ahead and release the hands, step to the front of the mat, and make your way into a chair. Lift the heels, optional. Staying with that smooth, easy breath. And inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into plank. Pause and take a breath, and then downward facing dog. Pedaling, wiggling, finding stillness. And then stepping forward to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming into chair. Option to lift the heels. Breathe. And release, coming into mountain. Pause. Now stepping the right leg back, open the left hip, finding Warrior Two that feels comfortable in the hips, and add the arms. Find your breath, make sure you feel connected. Then inhale, lift the arms, straighten that front leg. Exhale into triangle, leaning away from that top arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, hinging over. Finding again a pattern that is matching your level of energy, honoring what's happening in your body in this moment, moving in a range of motion that allows you to maintain ease. And then coming back through. Pause in this Warrior Two. Then inhale, lift. Exhale, lean over to the side, maintaining that sense of ease and fluidity. And then here we are, pause. Release the arms, step to the front of the mat. Hands to your heart, find chair. Option to lift the heels, keeping the breath smooth and easy. Maintaining that sukha. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping back, find plank. And downward facing dog. Exhale forward to a flat back. Fold. Release your head and neck. And come up to chair. Option to lift the heels. And lift the arms up. Inhale, exhale to mountain. Pause and notice. Notice the heartbeat, notice the breath. Notice how things are shifting. And then coming to the top of your mat, find neutral. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and step the left toes back. And then pressing into your right foot, lift the left leg. Come up to a flat back and then exhale, fold. Maybe the left leg lifts more, maybe not. Keep the breath smooth and easy. Stay connected in your standing leg. That's Sthita. And then release, coming into that forward fold. Finding your way all the way back up to neutral. Check in. And then take your left toes to the mat. Rotate your leg into external rotation. And then cross into a figure 4. Hands to your heart. As you breathe out, sink the hips down and back. Just a bit. And breathe in this balance. If you fall in and out of it, that just means you're human. Congratulations. One more breath and then come on out. Find neutral and make your way back to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. This time, you're going to step the right toes back. Option to lift that leg, coming into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Maybe that leg lifts a little more, maybe not. Keep your stability. Keep your ease. Find that balance. And then release into a forward fold. And go ahead and come up to mountain. And this time you're going to take your right toes to the mat. Externally rotate that leg and cross your leg over. It may not go above the knee, just be with where you are. Then take your hands to your heart, sink the hips down just a bit. Finding your stability, maintaining that ease, and taking some smooth, easy breaths. You got this. Take one more breath and then release. Coming to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Step back, drop the knee, make your way into hands and knees, and then find neutral. Find your breath. Step the left leg back, toes to the mat. Option to take the right arm forward as if you were shaking someone's hand. Lift the left leg and breathe. And release your toes, release your arm, and rotate open to the right, floating that right arm up away from the mat. And release, coming to downward facing puppy. Walk your hands forward, hips move up and back. Side body is long. Then coming back to hands and knees. And right toes back. Left arm floats up. Option to lift the right leg and breathe. Staying connected all across the body. Release your toe, release your hand, and rotate open to the left. Just in the spine, keeping the low body exactly where it is. Maintaining ease, your connection, and coming back to neutral. Walk the hands forward, downward facing puppy, and breathe. Then walk your hands back towards your knees. Come into a seat with your legs out long, and you're welcome to use anything under the hips for comfort. Finding a neutral position for the spine. And then find your breath. Take your fingers out to the side. Find some length in the torso. And then allow the legs to move apart any distance. Take your fingertips to the mat in front of you. Find your breath. Breathe in. As you breathe out, walk your fingers forward just a bit. Breathe in, come back to neutral. Breathe out. So whether you move an inch or all the way to the floor, just find that place where you're comfortable in your body. If the sensation that you're feeling is intense, you've gone too far. If you know that you have hypermobility, do less than you think you need to do here. So just moving with the breath. And then pause. Take a couple of breaths here. And release. Go ahead and take a cross-legged position. Get comfortable, neutral spine. And again, fingertips to the mat. So this might be your posture today. Or as you exhale, you could walk the fingers forward. Inhale, coming back to neutral. Exhale forward. Again, this might be just an inch of movement for you. You might be folding all the way to the floor. Make a choice that is going to support and nourish your body and your wellness. Finding that balance between sthita, that stability, and then sukha, that sense of ease. We need both. Then pause the next time you fold. Easy breaths. And then walk your hands back. So grab your second blanket and you're going to fold it so that it is kind of a roll, and you will use that to support the leg from the calf up to the thigh on both sides, sitting with the feet together in this kind of butterfly position. And then the feet can be as close to or far away from your body as is comfortable, finding that Goldilocks spot where you can have a neutral spine, where the breath can move easily. And just allowing the hands to rest wherever is comfortable for you. Take 1 or 2 more breaths. And then take the blankets to the side. Make your way down onto your back. Have your strap handy. Knees bent into the chest. Rock a little bit side to side. And then take your feet to the mat. Notice all the places where your body connects to the mat. Notice your breath. And then again, draw the knees in, taking your hand to your right leg and your left arm out to the side. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, allow the legs to fall to the right, using your right arm to prevent them from moving beyond your range of motion that's comfortable. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, allow the legs to fall. Gaze to the left, optional. Shoulders are connected to the mat, so allow the shoulders to be heavy. If they start to peel off of the mat, then you've gone too far into the twist. Just moving with the breath. Option to pause here and take a couple of breaths in the rotation and come back to neutral. Switch sides so the right arm moves out long, left hand to the outside of the legs. As you breathe out, allow the legs to fall to the left and option to gaze to the right. Shoulders again, staying connected to the mat. Finding a range of motion that is what your body needs. So again, whether you're just moving a couple of inches or whether your legs are moving all the way to the floor, honoring what your body needs in this moment. And an option to pause and take a couple of breaths in the twist. Come back to neutral, rock a little bit side to side, and then release your feet to the mat. Again, find neutral, find your breath. And then lift the arms up overhead to a comfortable position. And we're going to begin to rock the pelvis. So tilt the pelvis forward and then back. If you want to move it with your breath, breathe in, tilt forward so your back lifts off of the mat. Exhale, tilt the opposite way. Your back will flatten onto the mat. So notice what it feels like to rock the pelvis forward and then back, and then this time lift. Release down, rock the pelvis forward and then back, and then peel yourself off of the mat. So moving in this pattern, release down, inhale, tilt forward, exhale, tilt backwards and lift. Maintaining that connection to your foundation, to your core, and to your ease. So stability balanced with ease. Pause and breathe with the hips lifted. Always those smooth, easy breaths, just noticing what's arising for you, what's coming up. And release down. Hug the knees in, rocking if that feels good. Go ahead and take a hold of your strap. Release your left foot, take the strap around the right, and press your heel up toward the ceiling. Then just breathing easy here. And move the leg out to the right, just to the point where you feel the inside of the leg engage. And then moving back through the center across the body to the left. And back through center, point and flex in the foot, fan the toes, circle the ankle, any kind of movements. Gently draw your foot back towards your head and release your knee down. Remove the strap. Gently hug that leg in, extend the left leg out long. And then both knees in, switch sides, release your right foot to the mat. Strap around the left foot, extend your foot up towards the ceiling, pause and breathe. And then take your leg out to the left, just to that point where the inside of the leg engages. Pelvis is stable, then back across the midline to the right. And coming back to center, pointing and flexing in the foot, fanning the toes, circling the ankle, any of the yummy stuff. And then drawing your foot gently towards your head. Release your knee to your chest, release the strap, you can set it aside. Hugging that left leg in, extend the right leg out long. And then drawing both knees in. Release your feet up toward the ceiling with a bend in the knee and your arms up. Dead bug here. Option to wiggle the arms and the legs. Giving some good input to the nervous system there. Draw the knees in. Inhale, allow the knees to move away from the body. Exhale, draw the knees in. Moving in this pattern, just a couple of breaths, releasing the hips, the shoulders, maybe the low back. Bringing some symmetry back into the body. And then release your feet to the mat. Extend your legs out long and your arms overhead, full body stretch, deep breaths here. And then get yourself set up for a final relaxation. So if you would like to have a blanket under the knees or under the head, or what I'd like to offer is that posture with the feet together, the blankets under the legs from the calf to the thigh on either side, so the legs are butterflied out. And then hold the arms out away from the body so that the rib cage is free for the breath to move all the way up to the armpit area. And then settle in. Allowing the props to support you, to hold your weight. Allowing the breath to become more subtle. Abdomen floating away from the spine as you breathe in, and floating back toward the spine as you breathe out. The perfect rhythm for this moment. And allow yourself to just be here for a minute or so. Allow your breath to deepen and begin to bring movements into the body. Fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Maybe take your gaze to the left and to the right. Bringing your awareness back to the present, to the space that you're in, and then stretching out long, full body stretch. Moving in any way that feels good. And eventually drawing the knees into the chest, rocking a little bit side to side, rolling to one side. Pause and take a breath. And then use your top arm to press yourself up into a comfortable seat, allowing your head and neck to be the last thing that come up. And then getting into a comfortable seat that allows you to check in, allowing things from the practice to integrate. And we'll take final breaths together. Breathe in through your nose and out. Again, in through your nose and out. Final breath, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to practicing with you again in the future. Namaste.